Hello everyone, my name is Nathan and today it's time for another episode of Starmade. Oh yes, Starmade. I promised you in the previous episode to actually show off the wavy hatch door pattern that I wanted to attach on the mothership, but there have erased a bunch of issues that I first need to solve, and I figured this would take way too much time. I will have to do this for the next episode. I can show you the actual mistake that is happening as soon as I reload the universe or my sector. You can already see a bunch of hatch doors actually do kind of spaz out, and it gives off a really bad effect. For instance, once I even managed to crash the server just reactivating the modules. I will have to think about this a little bit and figure out what the actual mistake about that was. So I'm really sorry I cannot show you that. However, we are gonna do some more work on the mothership today. Something that I tend to postpone is actually wedging out the freaking motherships. For instance, right here we have this blocky pattern going on ever since Robin Shield helped us smooth out the shapes of the mothership, and I think it is about time that we do something about it. Another thing that I want to prepare in today's episode is actually the huge turret that is gonna go on the top of the mothership, and I actually do intend to build that turret again with the members on the server. I think that was pretty funny the last time actually, when we built that big ass turret that you can see right here. This has been the first turret. Unfortunately, this is still with the old system, so we cannot really utilize that, but what we can do is actually build another turret, or actually just, you know, the foundations for it, and then I'll bring over a bunch of guys from the server in order to finish it. At least I hope I will be able to do that. So anyways guys, without any further ado, let's actually create ourselves a new ship core so that we can fly towards the mothership. Okay, here we are within the ship core. We are still within the reach of the shop, so this is perfect. And now we can start wedging out a few things right here. Let's see what happens if I go into the lighten mode. Oh geez, yeah, this will not help us out very much, will it? No, it will not. Okay, so the way I actually want this to be, I think, is to wedge it out so that it makes a round corner right here, but also wedge it out so that it smoothly transists up onto the roof. And for that I would suggest that we're just gonna go with gray hole for the time being, and then maybe we make a bunch more of these patterns that we actually have right here. Okay, there we go. I had to search for my gray hole block. Sometimes I'm just putting stuff into a chest, sometimes I'm also selling it without really realizing it. However, let's start placing our freaking blocks right here, and of course we don't want to forget to set the symmetry plane, a mistake that often happens. Okay, now how do we want to do this? I guess we're just gonna, you know, start at one point right here and start filling it out, and then we will have to make a bunch of adjustments. Yeah, even though I do like the end results of wedging stuff out, I'm not particularly fond of this process, as it sometimes is really agonizing to actually see, and you can see that with the standard blocks the lighten mode doesn't help at all. This is even more confusing, and with the shadows at least you have some kind of a reference to go with. Also, I wonder whether or not I'm gonna be able to actually get rid of this shadowy line right here. I'm not particularly fond of that one, I have to say, but it still looks better than the actual staircase pattern that we had before. So let me just do a little bit more of that, and I'm gonna report back to you once I progressed a little bit more. Okay, there we go. I think I've done most of the actual upper side of the mothership, or you know, the front part right here, and now you can only see the shadowy areas where slopes and normal blocks meet each other. I'm not sure if that is intentional or some kind of a graphical glitch. I can see them as actual decorative lines. It is much less disturbing than what we had before. However, now we have to tend to the other side right here, and this might or might not be a lot more challenging because we have a lot of corners right here, though I'm not sure if we actually might be able to kind of ignore them. And you know, if we just went with something like that and went up right here, this might actually look very nicely, though at least right here in the corners we could think about adding one of these tetrahedro-raka-daka blocks, somewhat like this, so it connects up with the actual wing piece as well. I think I'm actually gonna do that. I'm gonna have one of those guys in the first spot right here. Yeah, that is definitely good. And do I want this on every first spot? Yeah, and then maybe we could add a corner piece right here and more slant planted blocks on the other side, if you know what I mean. Oh yeah, sun, please light up the stuff. Maybe there is actually more light on the other side. I haven't thought about that. Oh yeah, gotta love the sun. Gotta love the sun. Now you can actually also see a little better what I meant. So let's turn these guys around, and we're gonna do this for every first block right here that kind of starts in a corner piece, and this will hopefully allow us to smooth this part out beautifully. You know, beautifully. Yeah, I think we're totally gonna do that. We're gonna have this in each corner here. And the slopes will complement that effect very, very nicely. I hope you're proud of me, Rottenschild. I hope you don't think I'm destroying all of our beautiful work. But I cannot actually wait to see the end results of this. This is gonna be awesome. Oh, this is getting confusing very easily, let me tell you guys. But I think we kind of managed to do it. I will have to figure that out using the actual slope blocks now. So for instance, we can attach slope blocks into this direction, and we can just add them next to our corner blocks that we have already placed. But then at the same time, we can also have these blocks faced towards the sides, and we can build them up as such. And maybe we can here round them off with corner pieces again. Here is probably gonna go a little one, which means this block right here we would also have to exchange with one of these corner pieces such as this. And oh my gosh, this is gonna be brilliant! Brilliant! I don't know, let me work on that just a tiny little bit more and I'll be right back. Okay guys, I think I've come up with a first improved version of this corner. Let me actually know what you think about that. What I try to do is still keep some of the blocky character that it has, but without all of the 90 degrees corners. I find the blocky looks appealing actually. This is why I play a lot of these Sandbox games. But I do also like myself some variety. So I'm just trying to, you know, smooth out the occasional surfaces while still keeping something like stripes going. So for instance, those guys we could have in a different color, I don't know. That could be an idea, and we have a bunch of sharp corners and just, you know, basically tons of variety going on here. There's just a few things that I still would like to fix. For instance, right here, we can fix this like so. This already looks much better, and there's more or less just, you know, a little fine-tuning going on right now. All of the blocks that I have actually missed or placed wrongly or whatever the heck, but you can get my basic jest. I just see that we have forgotten something right here, but other than that, I think I'm actually done with the part that I wanted to be done with today. Now you might think I haven't done a lot of work, but this took actually quite a while, and I certainly do know why I like to postpone wedging work. It is not my most favorite type of work in Starmade, or any other game for that matter, but it is almost an essential feature in order to make your ships look the way you actually want them to look. Yeah, right here for instance too, we need to add a wedge and another corner. I forgot this for all of those guys. There we go, already looks much better. Once again, I just love it. However guys, let's actually go to the second part of this video, which is going to be concerned with the foundations of a huge turret. So we're just going to prepare it, and hopefully in the next episode we are going to invite a bunch of guys in order to actually build the turret, and we're going to make a badass turret, and then of course also go on a pirate hunt, because we haven't done that in quite a while. Anyways guys, I'll be right back. Right, so to be completely honest with you, I haven't very carefully planned this feature out just yet. I just know that we are gonna have all of these hatch doors that open up in a wavy pattern right here. At the back, we're gonna need at least this amount of space, so double the space that we have used right now. And then right here in the center, I believe we could start building our huge badass turret. So let's actually do that. I believe I'm gonna need a turn block. Do I actually need a turn block? Yellow, this is Nathan after recording and realizing that we probably might have needed a turret docking unit and a rail turret axis in order to do that. So I just took the wrong modules. Just as a little side note, I did realize it, and it will be fixed in the next episode. I totally forgot how you have to build the turrets. I think you need the turn block at least. And now we can actually hop outside of the mothership and we have to travel for like half an hour in order to get there. That's one thing that you might consider a disadvantage when building on a huge ship. But you know, the mothership is gonna make up for it. Very soonish we're gonna have another pirate fight. I sincerely hope we can do it in the next episode. That would be freaking cool. Oh my gosh, and the worst thing just happened. I need to get back in the ship core and get closer to a shop in order to buy a freaking build block. Okay, there we go guys. I finally managed to do it. We're gonna create yet a new ship core, hop inside of it in order to attach our rail docker right here. Somewhat like this. I think that is at least facing the correct direction. Sometimes I'm trying to compensate for how I view things on the screen. Let's put our rail docker right here and actually dock the vehicle. It is now facing into the wrong direction. Can we actually turn it around? Okay, that is actually not good. It is facing into this direction, watching towards the planet. So maybe what we could do is just quickly hook this button up and make it turn around once more. I kind of managed to undock it. Of course, that was not what I really wanted. What we have to do, of course, is place the button right next to the actual block and then we can turn it. There we go. Now we're actually facing towards the front and hopefully I will never have to undock this baby ever again. Okay, great. Now we can actually think about the dimensions that we want to have for this baby. We will furthermore have to think where we are actually gonna have the next turn block and we potentially want to decide for that right now if I think about it. So we're gonna go out at least, I don't know, a few blocks, somewhat like this. Yeah, that seems about right. And right here we're gonna have another turn block. We have the same thing on the other side, which is actually not really necessary. I'm not sure. We could potentially make this as long as it doesn't hit this corner right here. About 30 blocks or so. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go 30 blocks. So we're gonna have 20 like so, and then 10 more right here. And after that, we're gonna have a rotational block like so. Okay, so this is like the width of the turret until the next turning points will come. And I think we should set that up right away. We're gonna create yet another ship and we're gonna do the same thing, of course, attach a rail docker just like that. And now, of course, we have to attach it, but we are only gonna attach it onto one side. So this is only gonna go right here. Let's actually see which way are we facing. Do I like facing this way? I actually don't. And let's see, I want to be facing upwards, which means the rail docker needs to be attached to the sides. Now, of course, we're gonna attach once again. Ooh, which way am I facing now? Oh no, I'm still facing kind of sideways. How could this happen to me? I have no idea where I am. Guys, I'm really not sure. I think I should fix this. I should make this ship core face towards the front so that when I enter the ship core, I'm looking towards the front. That means we want to have our rail docker right here. Yes, I'm finally facing towards the front. And now the building process is also not gonna be as confusing. So we're just gonna build the basic framework right here, 15 blocks or so up. And then we're just gonna go ahead and hook this actually up with the other side, somewhat like this. And I believe I can just connect this up right there. So we should be able to turn the whole thing around, looking around. And using this rotational block, we can also do this direction, if you know what I mean. So we have all the directions covered and we do have plenty of space to work around with modules. Let's see how much we want to extend it towards the back. Yeah, we cannot really go too far because we need to have enough space for those guys, right? So we can probably go right up to here. And now you see, unsetting the symmetry plane made me have more work. It's not appreciated. It's not appreciated. Anyways, I kind of want to have a distinctive pattern right here. What do I mean with distinctive pattern? I have no idea. I just want this corner to be rounded off slightly instead of going down in a squarish manner. We shouldn't go down too much because we need to be able to turn this block still around. So I guess we're just gonna hook this up like so. How does that look? Yeah, not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. Now we can think about how much it will be able to extend towards the front, and I kind of would like it to be extending a little further than this sloped area right here. I want it to actually curve a little bit towards the upside and have the main output like on the top right here. I'm not sure if you know what I mean, but we're just gonna expand it all the way to the front and then go up slightly here, and right here is gonna be the output. Do we have to narrow it down even more? I don't think so, at least not right now. We can go right here here, and as of this point we want to move up slightly, just, you know, to get the upwards direction initiated, and then we are gonna have another pattern going slightly inside again up to, I would say, right here, and right here we go up once more up to here. That is enough, actually one less. Yeah, that is perfect. And then we can expand this slightly to go towards the front. We can have another section narrowing everything down slightly. That seems about right. Then we go a little bit to the front. Finally, we are gonna hook it all up together. Right, so this is gonna be the shape of our turret, at least the top part. Let's think about the bottom parts. These are gonna be more delicate, of course, because we need to be careful not to interfere with the mothership that is already there. And I went up all the way to here. Is this enough? Yeah, this actually leaves us enough space. Awesome. Let's attach a bunch more blocks. Oh guys, this is exciting. I cannot wait for the next episode. I really want to invite the guys and I want to finish this freaking turret and then go on a pirate hunt. The mothership hasn't been in the field for quite a while. And I mean, it is a potential death bringer, right? Okay, now here we're getting into troubles with our previous decorations that we already had. So I think we are gonna go up here as well. Somewhat like this, and right here I suppose we can meet up. Yeah, what do you say about that? This is going to be the shape of our turret. We have to do that a lot differently. I cannot have the bottom as such. Well, I can have this front part as such actually, but we cannot have the back part because we want the turret to be able to face upwards, and of course if we have something that gets in the way, like the top of the mothership here, then we have a bunch of issues. So I don't know, it really depends on how much we want this turret to be able to turn around. Like this, it looks like it would be able to at least face all the way upwards. Or will this result in a 45 degrees angle? Theoretically it should result in 45 degrees, right? I don't know yet how I'm actually gonna do it. I just, again, wanted to present you with the idea. I wanted to do some wedge work. Every now and then we also have to work a little bit on the mothership to make the progress. I want to finish this mothership in at least 10 or so episodes. That would be great before like episode 70 or something like that. And then we can focus again more on planetary stuff. But yeah, that is my basic aim. I want to do some more work on the mothership. I want to get things finished, implement the last weapon systems, invite a bunch of the other guys in order to help me out. And then of course we're gonna add more functionalities. We're gonna add hangar bay functionalities. We're gonna add docking functionalities. We're gonna add decorative stuff. We're gonna add interior stuff, and so on and so forth. It is a great project, but it has to progress a little bit faster in my opinion. We have been at it as of episode 1, if you remember, which has been quite a while ago. And slowly but surely I do desire to finish this freaking mothership fully. There's also gonna be a lot more work for which I'm actually gonna cheat, such as placing more power and shield blocks where I need to fill out thousands upon thousands, not hundred thousands of blocks. Right here, for instance, we want to fill this all out with useful blocks benefiting the mothership in battle. Maybe we are gonna add something like a jump drive or so. I'm not sure how many modules we're gonna need. We definitely are going to need a lot. However, guys, I hope you're looking forward to the next episode. I definitely am. Thank you so much for watching, even though this was probably more of a boring episode, contrary to all of the concepts and the exciting ideas that we had a look at in the previous episodes. But there you go, that's just something that we also have to do. But other than that, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Have a great time, and hopefully I'm gonna catch you in the next one. Bye bye.